Hi everyone. I wanted to come to you tonight with some really important data that has come out of a study. It's from the University of San Francisco in California that was published in the British Medical Journal. And this just really goes to the point of what I've been making about lean muscle, strength training. We have to do this resistance training. You have videos. There's even some bonus videos that are coming out. So want to make sure that you understand just how important this is. So this study that was published in the British Medical Journal looked at over 1 million folks and they found that those with the most lean muscle mass had 12% lower rates of Alzheimer's disease, and they scored much higher on cognitive function tests. So they looked at these over 1 million people using bioimpedance to measure their muscle and their fat. Well, guess what the InBody 570 that we use for you uses? It uses bioimpedance. It is one of the most accurate ways to measure muscle and fat. And with the 570, we can even get the visceral fat. This study does not talk about if they got into visceral fat or not, but they did measure lean muscle mass and fat mass. And obesity led to much higher rates of Alzheimer's, even than those that weren't obese. It led to much higher rates of Alzheimer's than even those who weren't obese but didn't have a lot of muscle. So if we can get rid of obesity and increase lean muscle, which is the whole design of the OptiU program, then we can really make make a big gain on preventing Alzheimer's and having better cognitive function, as we go through each and every day. So that's one of the things we always talk about: revive, thrive, and optimize, so that you look, feel, and think your best. If we don't know who our kids are, our grandparents are, our parents are, it makes it tough. It makes it tough on everybody around. So let's do what we can to avoid this. So one of the things that they looked at in this study, or one of the conclusions that they came to, was that probably the obesity causing the even higher rates of Alzheimer's is due to the fact that these folks have inflammation, they have insulin resistance, and they have higher levels of beta amyloid proteins in the system, and beta amyloid plaque is associated in the brain with more Alzheimer's disease. So the reason I want to point that out is because in the OptiU blood panel, in the blood panel that Kim ran for you, we measured your fasting insulin. So we're going to tell you if you have insulin resistance, but I can already tell you if you had fat to lose, you more than likely have insulin resistance. We measured a couple of markers that are really important for inflammation: HS, or high sensitivity C-reactive protein, and homocysteine. Those are both very nice markers for inflammation, and the HS-CRP is more related to vascular inflammation, but it certainly tells us if we have vascular inflammation, we probably have other inflammation. And homocysteine is more related, it can be related to vascular inflammation, but it's more related to inflammation from vitamin deficiencies, which if you're taking the supplements that you were recommended, we can correct that one pretty easily, because high homocysteine levels are definitely associated with more Alzheimer's disease. So what we want to think about is following the plan, doing the things that we were asked to do. Because when you do those things, not only are we going to reduce your insulin levels, not only are we going to reduce your fat levels, not only are we going to reduce your inflammation, but if you fully commit to this, and I mean fully commit to this, we're going to help your body build more lean muscle. And once we can do that, when we redo your InBody, we're going to see improvements, which means when we see improvements of fat going down, muscle going up, that we are going to be reducing your risk of Alzheimer's disease. Now, obviously, this study was about Alzheimer's disease and lean muscle mass, but understand that lean muscle mass, you've heard me say it already in some of the videos for this. I'm going to say it again. Lean muscle mass is your bank account for aging, okay? So the more we have, the more we will get out of retirement, just like our 401k or IRA or whatever kind of savings plan you have. The more of the muscle we have, the better everything's going to be as we go and we age, okay? So make sure that you're drinking the water. Make sure that you're taking the supplements. Make sure that you're using your peptides. Make sure that you're getting your 30 to 60 minutes of walking, hiking, biking, swimming, whatever, every day. Make sure that if I can convince you that to do this resistance training, these strength training, watch the videos, it's short, it's sweet, it's easy. It doesn't have to be something that you just absolutely hate to do. As a matter of fact, if you will do these things and you start to exercise more and you start to move more and you start to build more muscle, you will actually turn on endorphins. It will release endorphins in our body that are proven to be more powerful than morphine. So a lot of people say, well, I can't work out because I hurt so bad. I would say just the opposite. You hurt so bad because you refuse to work out. So be sensible, but moving releases these endorphins that are more powerful than morphine. It obviously helps our mind work better. This study obviously shows more cognitive abilities. And it just makes you feel good. It gives you a sense of accomplishment. And it's going to help your body burn more fat. It's going to reduce insulin levels. It's going to do everything that it's going to contribute to everything that we're trying to accomplish here. So please commit, 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 commit. Thanks.